start, I am lucky enough to be the principal here at Midtown. I know most of you, but if you're new to Midtown, let me be the first to welcome you. You are in great hands with this team. I just wanted to quickly introduce each of them. I'll do it by teams, and then Ms. Wilson will just be Ms. Wilson. Okay, so we'll start off. We have Ms. Gillespie, and she's with Ms. Post. We have Ms. Wilkes, and she's with Ms. Daly. And then we have Ms. Walden, and she is with Ms. Crenshaw. And then we have Ms. Wilson. Yay! So I know that you got to go to your child's classroom, which we just thought was important, just for you to see the environment they're in every day. I know that a lot of things have happened and transpired since open house, so we just thought that was important for you to make that connection to their classroom and hear from their specific teachers. But now these things will be pertaining to the whole fifth grade, so without further ado, I'll hand it to the teams.
Oh, you're right. Are you gonna flip through that and just keep it rolling? Where's it? He's gonna be clicking. Oh, perfect. Yay. I'm glad my whole year's in. Do you click or do you? Oh, there we go. One more.
One more. Okay, so today we're going to go over academics, grading, specialty areas like the specials they go to every week, and some school highlights that will include under groups. Academics. Okay, so we've got new curriculum this year that we're still learning with the kids. We have 95 phonics, so this is where all of their spelling comes from. It's skill-based. So you won't see a spelling list come home every week. We're teaching skill by skill, so that's what they're going to be tested on. And that's every Friday. And then there's summative assessments that are going to be given on review weeks. Open Court is our reading curriculum. It's new as well. It's focused on comprehension, heavy on vocab. It teaches the writing process, so as we go through, we're doing opinion right now, grammar, mechanics, and a lot of small group instruction. There's weekly assessments that we're given based off the stories that we're doing each week, and then there's going to be an end of the unit assessment. So every 5 to 6, I think there's 5 to 6 weeks there's going to be a big unit assessment. Okay, so the Alabama Numeracy Act is something that was put in place by our state in order to make sure that by the time that kids exit for fifth grade, they're fully prepared and meeting the standards that they're supposed to be meeting in order to move up into higher level academics. So what that means is that we're implementing things like our fluency plan, which allows us to gauge where each individual student is and meet them where they need to be met. And we actually implemented a fluency scale, like writing records for our kiddos, and we do those 4 times a year, and it helps us gauge better how we need to be teaching them in things like small group. We have a Big Ideas curriculum, which is what we do for our math. That's their big red math books, and that's where all their homework comes from, and their assessments, and what we teach out of for them. And they also have an online version of it that we can assign things if they miss. Their assessments, we have weekly ones, we have chapter ones, and then we have big unit assessments, and those are just given as we wrap up certain units. Okay, for science, we are following the STEM Scopes curriculum and the Alabama Course of Study for science, and that is to give students a solid foundation in science and engineering. Students will also be, this is the first grade that students actually take an ACAP test in science. So 4th grade is a big year for science, so we do a lot of experiments, and it, like I said, it all goes with the STEM Scopes curriculum. So.
Okay, for social studies, we are going across the state of Alabama, and we are looking into Studies Weekly. It's state board approved. So we are going to be looking at different aspects of Alabama history along with the stepping stones that they have learned throughout kindergarten all the way through third grade. And if you would like to, there is a donation of $8 to support the Studies Weekly. So if you feel inclined to help donate to that, that'd be great. Thank you.
Okay, in Madison City Schools, we're so proud to be a one-to-one district, and with that, we are encouraging students to be focused on these digital literacy and computer science standards. And it just is all about computational thinking, and we also have a fabulous media specialist that will help embed those standards in lessons in the library. And we also have STEM classes every week where those are also going to be implemented. And this presentation will be sent out because there are lots of clickable links in here about digital citizenship. And I think you can move on. Okay, every student has, when they click onto their Google Chrome, first of all, they're all going to sign in with Google because we are a Google district, and so everything is a single sign-on. So once they've gotten onto their computers, they can get into all of the applications in Clever. And this MCS Bookmarks is a drop-down menu that has lots of really helpful links that you can click if you're on your child's computer. Students are also able to turn in incident IQ tickets if they're having issues with their Chromebook. And then GoGuardian is an app that we as teachers use in the classroom to just monitor what the students are doing on their computer. So if we're telling them to do an iWriting lesson on their computer, we can watch their screens and make sure that they are safely using their technology. And at home, we are not able to see on GoGuardian what they're doing outside of the school hours. So please help us out with coming up with a plan for home with their computers to make sure that they're using them safely at home as well. Alright, I'm going to talk about grades, which I know is all of your favorite things. So all of our grades will be posted into PowerSchool. You should have a login to PowerSchool if you don't have one. I'm sure those are coming out soon. You all get a unique code for your child to make sure you're getting all their updated information and grades. We give about 2 grades per week per subject, so you can be kind of looking for those as they get graded. They'll be getting put in by your students' teachers. We do send home graded papers in their red folders. Sometimes those papers that come home need to be signed and returned. So please make sure, I know we have 4th graders and we want them all to be responsible, but please make sure you're still checking those red folders periodically to make sure that you're not missing any of those graded papers or other important information. We give a whole lot of different types of assessments throughout the year to make sure that our kids are progressing and to see where they're at. We just finished our iWriting diagnostics for the beginning of the year, and that will be coming home to you soon. We also will administer that later in the fall and then again in the spring to see what kind of growth and progress they're doing. iWriting is a great tool for us to personalize what they need to be working on because it knows where they're at, what skills they need to improve on, and you can do those lessons at home as well, so it's personalized for them. If you want your kid to have extra practice, that's a great way to do it. We also have formative assessments that teachers are just ongoing assessments that we're doing just from observation, little checks in class, things like that to make sure we see how they're doing and if they're accomplishing their goals and meeting what they need to be working on. And then of course we have ACAP as well, which will come in the spring. It's not new to you, but the new part of ACAP this year is, like they said, that science component. And then lots of dates and information on the slide. So this is one that you'll definitely want to check out when you get the slides at home. It gives you all the dates that progress reports are supposed to come home, report cards, and then it also gives you the breakdown of how their grades are calculated for each subject. So there are different elements for each of those grades. So good slide to check out and review if you have any questions about slide or about grades. Oh, this way.
Oh, I got the best one. Okay, so for the specials, we are so grateful that they have specials all year long. And they go once a week for 30 minutes, once a week, except for PEs, every day. We have, of course, PE, singing, Spanish music, art. They have gifted, ESL, and I think I'm missing counseling. Yes, and library. And that's it. That's it.
Oh, wait.
What? Okay. I'm done. Miss Tibbs. Yes, I'm done. Is Miss Catherine in here? Miss Whitaker? Okay. Yes, no. Yes. Raise your hand. You have an ESL person here. As a mom, I know she's here. Okay, I'm done. Seriously. I'm done. Who's next?
That's me.
Okay. Things that your kid needs to remember every day, we would love you to help them remember. We really hammer home that it is their responsibility, they're fourth graders, they're old enough to remember to plug in their Chromebook. I know that I tell my kids all the time, that's not mom's responsibility, that's your responsibility. They need to come every single day with their binder and a fully charged Chromebook. It has to make it from my homeroom all the way through my class into Ms. Bailey's class. They do bring a water bottle. Please remember it just needs to be water. We do put their backpacks away, and if their bottles accidentally fall and things like that, and they have Sprite in there, which I know we all love Sprite, but if there's Sprite, it could explode, and then it's sticky all on the floor. Oh yes, and please, if you have like a reusable water bottle and it has a no-spill lid, that would be wonderful, and good for the environment. And then your kids need to have a snack. We do have a daily snack time, so if you would like to donate snacks to the class, that's wonderful. I know I've had a couple of parents donate for my class, and we really appreciate it. I have a couple of kids who every day get a snack, so we run through them pretty fast. And then fourth grade behavior expectations, positive behavior that goes on Class Dojo, behavior binders. The students sign their names themselves and write an explanation themselves about why they would have to sign the behavior binder, but that only comes after a whole class warning and then an individual warning, and then it's that third time that we say, okay, it may be time to sign the behavior binder. Fun Friday is a privilege that's earned for positive classroom behaviors, and an office referral is what happens when they have repeated negative behaviors. Please do not send toys or things from home. They have tendency to get lost, and then our babies are really sad, and then you're really sad because they're really sad. So please just keep them at home so that they can love them and be excited to see them when they get home. Several warnings will be given before the loss of privilege, and if you have anything that you need, you can call us, email us, contact us on Dojo. And then things like emailing, wonderful. Using the Power Schools Parent Portal is a way that you can stay informed, following the school website and Facebook page. And then I know we as a team send out a joint newsletter, and I know some of the other people on the team do as well. So that's one way. And then also the semester sends out a weekly email.
We love to teach, and we love to teach your kiddos, and we love to have your kiddos here so we can teach them. So please, every day that it's possible, we understand that there are emergencies and circumstances, but with this being the case, they learn so much in one day. If they miss it, that is a lot of makeup. So we want to make sure that we eliminate that as much as possible. When it comes to attendance, the email is up here at MTESA attendance at madison-city.k12.ao.us. Please, 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 with the excused absences, please send that to that email address. That goes directly to them and not to teachers. And then if there are more than unexcused absences that are allotted, there's that awkward thing called truancy, and so we would like not that to happen. So please just be aware of making sure that the excused absences are being sent to that email. And then transportation. Getting us notified is great, email and Class Dojo. However, sometimes we are just not able to get that access to our email or Dojo at that time. please always contact the front office, and so they can get in contact with us. Sometimes we see things a little too late, and then it's kind of a shuffle trying to get those kids to where they need to be. So please, just always go through the front office. Email us still, because we would still like to be in the know. If we can catch it in time, that's great, but if not, then just number one priority, always go through the front office for a transportation charge.
We have 3 grade level field trips this year. Huntsville Utilities is pending. It's kind of like a lottery system, so we have to get picked for that. We were picked last year, so we did get to go. But it's free to you, so it's a fun one. The second one we're going to go to is Montgomery, and I have a whole slide on this next, so we'll get into that. But the last one is in the spring. It's the Water Festival. They won't send out information until the springtime, so we'll have more details on that. It's also free costume, and it's at UAH. If you're going to chaperone any field trips, or if you're going to volunteer at all in the building, we really need you to get a background check. So it's on the Midtown website, and it's usually in the semester's weekly emails as well. Okay, the Montgomery trip. I think, did everyone give out the payment sheet? So right now you should have a payment sheet that explains how you can pay. You can pay starting tonight. Actually, Snacky's in the hallway. She's already ready to start taking some of your payments. It is on Thursday, November 16th. We're going to the Montgomery Capitol, and then we're also going to see the Rosa Parks Museum, the Dexter King Church, and I was just telling our homeroom that this is the first year that they're open since COVID, so that's kind of a big deal. And then the Archives Building and the State House. And at the State House, we'll get to vote hopefully this year. That was the goal. So we're going to take buses, and even if you're chaperoning and you want to drive, you still have to have a spot on the bus. So we do. That's why we kind of send out the first form about numbers, just kind of getting that under control.
There's not parking at some of the places, so that's why once you get that, you can drive, but once you get there, you have to get.
You have to get on the bus. So drive if you want to, kids are allowed on the bus, but I don't know. But you have to get on when you get there.
It is $110 a student, and it's $120 a chaperone. That covers all of the fun things that we get to do, the transportation and your lunch. We're having Chick-fil-A for lunch that day. Who can attend? Your student and chaperones. So we can have as many chaperones as we need. We just kind of need to know the numbers. No siblings either. We just can't, unfortunately. How to pay, again, this flyer that we gave out tonight is there. So there's a clickable link also for the online link that's on the flyer. And then if you scan this little QR code, it's the questionnaire. It kind of gives us information about like allergies and if your student's not coming to the Montgomery trip, just like where they're going to be for the day. So we can get that arranged for them. What?
It works.
Okay. And it works now. It didn't work earlier.
Me to do it.
Yes, please. Finley.
Hi, I'm Allison Finley, I'm the PTA president here, and we would love to have you join our PTA. We have our VP of membership standing right here. She would love to talk to you about joining PTA. And this is our website up here where you can go join. We do a lot of fun things here. We did the back to school bash a couple weeks ago. We have a lot more fun activities planned for the fall. We also have our fundraiser coming up in September, which if you're new to Midtown, it's 100% monetary fundraiser where your child gets prizes for how much money they raise. We also have a PTA website where you can find our volunteer survey form. We also have our VP of volunteers sitting over here, Laura Everson. And we also have a Facebook page for PTA and a parent page where you can ask questions and talk to fellow parents about different things. So if you're not on those 2 Facebook pages, I highly recommend doing that. We'll also post sign-ups for doing duty-free lunch or volunteering to help with the fundraiser, because that is 100% done by us to help make sure that money stays in Midtown. We don't pay a company to come in and do that for us. We do it through the volunteers and hard work of parents here in Midtown, so we get to keep that money and make Midtown better. Anyways, that's all I have. So come join us, volunteer. We'd love to have you.
Okay, that was it for tonight. We just wanted to thank you guys for coming out and talking to us. If you have any questions, you can email us. And again, recommend Ms. Mackey's in the hallway if you are ready to start making payments.